So it all started when I was 16 years old and I got into a car accident that I had no idea would basically change my life for the past 7 years. After I got into the car accident, my health basically spiraled out of control. I had debilitating pain every single day. I was hospitalized for almost twice a week pretty much for about a year and a half. Doctors basically thought that there was nothing wrong with me. I did every test in the book, but everything was coming out normal. So that left me with a huge question mark on what was really happening. So I had surgery twice for endometriosis. It gave me some relief for about a year, but the pain came back, and it came back with a vengeance. So when the pain came back, I was left with absolutely no answers at that point. No one was willing to address the problem. No one was willing to listen to what was going on, and my body was basically spiraling out of control. I came to the point where I couldn't walk anymore. I needed help doing simple things like showering. Walking in general was just very difficult for me. So with that being said, I knew that there was something going on. I would always describe it as there is this guitar string living inside of my body that someone is plucking repeatedly over and over and over again. And that was the only way I could describe it. And no one understood. They thought it was either, all right, you're exaggerating it, like, come on, all your tests are coming out fine, there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. So I did a little bit of my own research. I had some family members do their own research, and we came to, really believing that these were adhesions. Adhesion, people underestimate it. They think that, oh, you have adhesions, it's not that big of a deal, but they don't realize what a toll it takes on your body. They don't realize how horrible these adhesions are. And that's when I found Clear Passage. So, I'm a graduate student, an occupational therapy graduate student right now. It was taking a toll on my everyday life, on my studying, on my academics, and it came to a point where I just basically wasn't living a normal life anymore, and I needed to do everything in my power to get better. So when I found Clear Passage, I decided that I would come here and get the relief that I needed, because their services fit exactly what my symptoms were. So the legs were a huge part of my issue. I mean, it came to a point where a 5-minute walk would turn into me hunching over, me having to hold on to something, there were actually times where I had to have family members carry me from place to place because I was physically not able to walk on my leg. And that alone took a huge toll on just every aspect of my life. I was afraid to shower alone. I was afraid to walk short distances. So little things like that I was not able to do anymore. So I saw every physician you could possibly think of. I saw an endocrinologist. I saw a urologist, a GI doctor, a gynecologist, an OBGYN. I saw family doctors, I saw neurologists, I saw pain doctors, I saw physical therapists, I saw, the list goes on. So Clear Passageway was something that happened almost spontaneously. I mean, we had been looking for something that would help with adhesions. Doctors had nowhere to refer me. They just had no idea what would help. I'll go see a pelvic floor therapist, but I knew I needed more, something that would really break apart those adhesions and really get into those areas that needed work. My sister sat down, did the research, we called right away. We got all the information we needed from here, and just from that initial phone call, we knew that it was a perfect fit. I mean, adhesions are something that not many people can really work on, and work on the right way. And we saw how much they really emphasize adhesions, and nowhere else really does that. So we found that, and the staff was amazing, and the staff was so helpful, and they guided me, and they ensured me that this was a good fit. And I think the biggest part of it all was I felt at ease. I kind of listened to myself and my own intuition and said, this is exactly what I want. I don't care if I have to fly out right after my finals, which I did. I took 3 finals and flew out that day, and you know, had no hesitation because I knew that I was going in there and I was going to go in and I was going to find relief. My experience here has been absolutely amazing. I mean, you see firsthand yourself the progress that your body is making. Your body is speaking to you through these treatments. It's not like you just have a therapist over you and they're just doing the work and you're just laying there on a table like a, I don't know, a potato. You're not. You're pretty much doing the work with the therapist. I think the patient-therapist connection here at Clear Passage is the most important thing. So basically, the first day I came in, you know, you kind of are curious on what's going to happen and what changes you're going to see. You're excited, a little bit anxious. So on the first day after treatment, I could actually walk for 20 minutes without having to hunch over or, you know, sit down or stop myself. I went 20 minutes straight with not even a stop, and that alone opened my eyes up and I was like, all right, this is doing something for my body. Recently, I actually had a class that it was a 7-minute walk that I had to walk from the parking structure to the building. I would say about 3 to 4 minutes in, I had cramping pain down my legs. I would have to stop. It actually came to the point towards the end of my semester that my classmates would have to drop me off in the front of the building because I was not able to walk the full 7 minutes. And I mean, going from 7 minutes to 10, that's more than double basically, or 20 actually, that's more than double. So that alone is huge progress. I think it also helped me regain some confidence, and it helped me face my fear of just walking long distances. I mean, I always loved walking. I was very active as a child. I grew up in Australia. I was always outdoors running and playing and doing any type of physical activity. So going from that to not being able to take a 7-minute walk was very detrimental on especially my confidence and my just everything in general. So seeing that I could do a 20-minute walk without stopping after 1 day of treatment, I mean, who wouldn't want that? So the first day I got here, Larry asked me a question, you know, where do you want to be when you walk out of here? You know, start creating that vision for yourself. Start thinking, you know, what is your goal? And I knew I had thought of my goal before I had got there, but I think my goals changed a little bit. I mean, I didn't know that my goal was my expectations were gonna be exceeded. I mean, what happened is I actually gained a lot more of the confidence and independence that I had anticipated. You know, I came in thinking, you know, I think I'm gonna get some relief, you know, I think it's gonna help me a little bit here and there, but when I walked out, you know, I now have a goal that I'm gonna be healed completely. And I'm gonna live a normal life. I'm gonna be able to walk. I'm gonna be able to shower on my own. I'm gonna be able to go to school without being scared that I'm gonna be in pain. I'm gonna be able to do all the things that I used to enjoy before, and I know I'm gonna get there. And I have gotten so far in just the 4 days of being here. I mean, those goals seem so much closer than they were just before I got here. I mean, I was at a point where, you know, I was in my first semester of OT school, and I felt like I didn't think I was going to be able to continue because my pain was just getting worse and worse. And I was like, you know, do I give up? Do I continue? But something told me to continue. And I think that after these 4 days, it's like, I'm going to continue and I'm going to finish and I'm going to graduate and I'm going to have that independence and I am going to be healed. And that is the mindset that I have now coming out of this experience. And it is because of the actual changes that I'm seeing in my body and the things that are happening in front of my eyes, not behind closed doors, but firsthand. I'm very thankful for this journey. I'm very thankful for being here. I think that I have finally found myself. I finally found my confidence, my independence, and I know that, you know, I have a journey ahead, but I know that the journey will be a very bright one. I know it.